in the bill, the definition of terrorism, it has a wider definition to include even, like for example, part 1, it says any act that intimidates or the public or a section of the public, that one is considered as an act of terrorism. So it is in our view that the definition of terrorism should be redefined and should have specific activities, rather than if you start making noise at night in the streets or something like that, that one is regarded as an act of terror. So we want the redefinition of the word terrorism. We also need to protect the rights of the suspects. The bill gives rights, and we very well welcome the legislation of such a bill to curb this menace. It is a local problem, but also we're looking at the human right aspect of it. The suspect should be given good time, representation, and none of their basic rights should be infringed. We say it is okay to protect us from acts of terrorism, but that one should not go to the extent of infringing our basic rights. The issue of privacy, the bill gives the Secretary of Security powers to tap and interject communication. So we think that specific power might be misused, for certain reasons. And then finally, and the most important recommendation that we have is you may have a bill in place to curb the terrorism activities. That one will address the legal challenges of it. With me here, I have those specific recommendations. I will want to hand them over to you officially. Then you can go through it, and then as a government you can decide.
Okay. Maybe I should say something. The concerns that you are raising here, namely the definition on definition, I think this is something that can be looked at, because in essence you are in agreement. You are in agreement that we need a legislation as long as it does not violate the human rights of any individual. The suspects, with regard to suspects, the handling of suspects, this is very clear from our constitution, and I think our constitution is actually the most robust with regard to this. It has a very wide the provisions in the constitution are very clear with regard to the rights of human beings, how they should be handled in a very humane manner, and this will be adhered to the letter. Then with regard to the sensitization, having a standing committee, I think in fact we have a full-fledged the National Counter-Terrorism Center that deals with awareness. So I think this recommendation is in the right direction, and we will take it up. Sensitization, partnering with the communities, this will do. But on our part, we would like to request members of Parliament and Kenyans to support this legislation bill.